Today, I'm going to explain everything that you need to know about Medicare supplements, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Jamin White, and I'm founder of Four Oaks Medicare Planning. So it is really important that you understand what a Medicare supplement is so that you can make the right decision on how you want your Medicare coverage to be. You have certain rights that flow through when you're first going on to Medicare or going on to Part B for the first time. So it's really important that you understand that so that you can make the right choice. So as you know, or when you're turning 65, you go on what's called Original Medicare. So you can see by this chart that Part A, when you go on, is hospital insurance. So just think inpatient, and Part B is medical insurance. So the first thing that you need to understand is, what does Original Medicare not cover? So we're going to focus on the first line item here. So you have to remember that all costs of care are not covered under Original Medicare A and B. You have out-of-pocket costs. For example, there's a Part A deductible. Under Part B, there's a deductible, and then you pay 20% coinsurance. And one of the biggest issues that you'll see on the first line item is there is no out-of-pocket limit when it comes to Original Medicare. So what does that mean? Well, it means, like, for example, under Part B, you're going to pay 20%. If Medicare approved services are 20% and it's $5,000 or $500,000, you're going to pay 20% of that number. Well, that can drain your bank account very, very quickly. So you want to be able to have a supplement to fill in those gaps. So let's talk about, again, what choices you're faced with when you're going on to Medicare. So on this video, we're going to focus on the left-hand side. So you'll notice it says Medigap plan. So Medicare Supplement or Medigap are the same thing. Just in the lingo, in the Medicare world, they mean the same. And so these are standardized plans that the government allows private companies to offer in order to cover those gaps or to supplement A and B. Now, something that's really important for you to remember when it comes to a Medicare supplement is, for the most part, they're only going to supplement things that fall under Part A and Part B. So they need to be covered under Part A and Part B first so that the supplement can supplement it. So that would mean, as you see here, like prescription drug plans, those fall under Part D of Medicare. So under the chart, you can add a drug plan so that you can have pharmacy coverage, because it's not going to come with the supplement because it's not included under Part A and Part B. That's the same thing when it comes to other items. For example, routine vision, dental, hearing, eyeglasses, contacts, things like that. For the most part, those are not covered under Part A and Part B. So you're not going to find that coverage under a supplement. Things like long-term care or custodial services under Part A and Part B, they're not going to provide that long-term coverage for you. So don't expect a supplement to provide that either. So this is a common chart that everyone gets really, really confused about, but let's just break it down. So on the left-hand side under benefits, you're going to see a long list of things. Those are the things that you would have to pay for if you just had A and B. So you'll notice about 2 rows down, you'll see Medicare Part B, and it'll say coinsurance. That's that 20%. You'll see the Part A deductible. You'll see the Part B deductible. So those are the out-of-pocket costs that you'll still have to pay for under Part A and Part B. So you'll notice all the letters on the top of the chart. Now, Medicare didn't do us any favors. Obviously, we have Part A, Part B that we've already talked about, Part C, Part D, and now we have Supplement Plan G or Plan N. So just again, those are letters that are designed to denote what a supplement has to cover if a company is to offer that to you. And so those are what the letters represent. And then you'll notice all of the percentages in the chart. It looks really, really confusing, but just think about that's how much of the gap the Medicare supplement is going to pay for. So again, if you look and see Medicare Part B and you see the coinsurance, remember that's 20%. If you scroll your eyes over and let's just look at the Plan G, it says 100%. That means that Plan G is going to pay 100% of that coinsurance amount of 20%. Again, Part A deductible, the same thing under the Plan G. Now, the Part B deductible, you'll notice under the Plan G is blank. That means it doesn't cover it for you. So under the Plan G, you'd have to satisfy the Part B deductible prior to the Plan G kicking in. So again, there's a different versions of the supplements depending upon what letter it is. If you go to the Plan N, that's another very popular plan, you'll see under Part B that there is some asterisks. That just means there's some copays involved. If you go to the doctor, you go into the ER, you'll see the Part B deductible is still blank. So that's the same as the Plan G. But you'll notice the excess charges under Part B is blank as well. That's not the case under Plan G. It just mainly means that you'll have to pay the excess charges, Part B excess charges. What are those? Well, a Part B excess charge is if you go to a doctor that still accepts Medicare, but they want to charge you a little bit more, Medicare will allow that, but they cap it at 15% above what Medicare approves. Under the Plan G, you'll notice it says 100%. That just means the excess charges are paid by the Plan G. Under the Plan N, you have to pay them. Now, obviously, you'll notice that even some of the percentages under K and L are different, and that just is going to drive the premium. So for example, Plan G, you'll notice is pretty much the most comprehensive plan that most people can get on the market today. So it's going to have a higher cost. Plan N, you have a little bit more responsibility in those copays and the Part B excess charges. So that would translate into a lower premium that you would have to pay for that Medicare supplement. So that's just really what is important to kind of understand about this chart and what the coverage is and how the coverages are going to look depending upon what service you're having under Part A and Part B. Now, something that I want to emphasize to you is on the right-hand corner, there's a Medicare Supplement open enrollment period. What does that mean? It lasts for 6 months from when you start Part B. It's really important to understand this. So when you're in the Medicare Supplement open enrollment time period, that just is a time where you can get any of these supplements without having to answer any health questions. Your health status makes no difference. A company cannot deny you for any reason. There's no underwriting. Now, later on, that can close, and unless you have some specific guaranteed issue rights to go on a supplement, you'll likely have to answer health questions after that open enrollment closes. So what does that mean? It means that if you're going on to Medicare for the first time with Part B, you can have a supplement and your health doesn't matter. But later down the road, if you did not pick a supplement in the beginning, but you wanted one later, you could be denied based upon your health. So if you have a medical condition that hits one of those knockout questions, they can deny you where they can't when you're first going on to Medicare Part B for the first time. So why would you do a supplement? Well, it's really important to understand why people love supplements so much. It's very different than the other option, which is the Medicare Advantage type plans. With a supplement, you're really taking the insurance company out of the decision-making process on your care. You stay on original Medicare Part A and Part B. All claims flow through Part A and Part B first. So Medicare is making all of the decisions on how your care is processed and what's covered and all of what's not. That means that the supplement is just going to pay claims. It's like a piggy bank. As long as Medicare approves what you're doing, then the supplement's going to kick in according to which one that you have. So that offers a lot of flexibility that people love. You also might love a supplement if you travel a lot. The reason that's important is, again, remember, Medicare is a federal program. You can go all over the United States. So as long as your doctor, hospital, where you're getting care, accept original Medicare A and B, then the supplement's just going to travel right along with you. There's no big networks, in-network, out-of-network. It really means a traditional supplement, not one of the select ones, but a traditional supplement is going to provide you great flexibility. And then you've already seen, if you look at the Plan G chart right in front of you, most everything is 100%. And what that means is it's one of the most comprehensive types of coverages that you can have. So for example, under the Plan G, you'll notice the only thing that is blank is that Part B deductible. Usually that's just a couple of $100. The government sets that, but it's not very much. After that, for anything falls under A and B, your coverage is 100%. Where can you get that type of coverage in the United States today? Really is unheard of, except under Medicare. You'll notice at the bottom, foreign travel emergency. If you recall on a previous slide, foreign travel is pretty much not included. Coverage for foreign travel is not included under original Medicare, except for under limited circumstances. But if you pick one of the supplements that has some of the coverage, you can have a limited foreign travel emergency benefit. Right now, it'll pay a maximum of up to $50,000. You'll pay 20%, they'll pay 80%, and I believe there's a small deductible there as well. So one of the things that you need to know is when you add a supplement like this, you'll have some limited foreign travel emergency health insurance coverage that you can fall back on with the supplement. I hope that this has been very helpful to you, but I know that you might have additional questions. So feel free, go to my website. I have a quick little calendar link if you want to schedule a quick little 15-minute call that I can answer more questions specific to your situation. I'd be happy to do that. Just remember, all of my services are free to you. I'd be happy to give you quotes on Medicare supplements, whether you're thinking about going on to one, or maybe you have one right now and it's getting really, really expensive. I'm always happy to quote because, again, you can change if you can answer those health questions. And so we can always do that to make sure that you're in the right company and in the right situation. And that's one thing that's really, really important. Not all companies are alike. We want to make sure we get a top company because, as you saw, once you go onto a supplement, that might be the one that you ride on through your Medicare lifetime, because once you get a health condition, many times you can't switch. And you don't want to be in one that's rate increasing you to death because they're small and don't have a lot of members along there with you. And here's my cell phone. You can also email me and go to my website as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.